You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land, and all of you who are listening around the world. It is Monday, it's Tuesday. I'm a day behind. I just got back from the cruise, which was phenomenal. Beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. I'm going to tell you about that coming up. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Right now, it's about 73 degrees. We are running into fall, guys. Going up to a high about 95, so it's going to be a scorcher. When I got in my car yesterday at the airport, it was 99 degrees. It was hot. You know, I was on a boat. So listen, I was on my cruise. It was really nice. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. That was my first cruise. And here's the funny thing though, because you know when we left on Friday, I flew to Orlando on Thursday after I did the show, and spent the night at Cocoa Beach, which was really nice there. Spent the night at Cocoa Beach, and then we got up and went to the ship the next morning, and so it was a storm brewing while we were, getting ready to go. And when we got on the water, I think Friday night was okay. I think Friday night was okay, but Saturday night, oh my goodness. No, it wasn't Saturday night because we were already there. It was Friday night. Friday night, the boat, so we went to dinner when we got on the boat, had dinner, and as we were walking to the front of the, go hang out, because they had, oh my God, that was my first cruise, and I was really scared because every time people were going to go, they would always want to go around hurricane season, which freaks me out. But I went this time because I had to speak on this cruise. I had to talk about podcasting to a group of women who were there on business, and so it was a business pleasure kind of thing, which was great though. I'm telling you, I loved it. Now I'm hooked on cruises. I really, really am. Anyway, we had dinner, had some good food too. They got some good food on the boat. Had dinner, and then we started to walk back to where all the activities were. It's called midship or something like that. And I felt myself kind of like leaning to the side as if I was drinking, and I hadn't drank anything. And I was like, I felt like lightheaded because I was like, I didn't realize it was the boat, right? But let me tell y'all, that boat was started to move so much, it was crazy. Like, it was rocking. People were sick. They were throwing up all over the place because the waters were so turbulent till it was like, the boat was swaying. I was like, oh my God. I had to totally block that out because I was like, if I focus on that, I'm not going to be any good for the rest of this trip. So I'm not going to focus on it. I'm just going to move with the waves. So I just started kind of going with the flow for real, like literally, because there was nothing I could do. We were already out there. But when I tell you it was rocking, it was Don't Rock the Boat, Baby. That song would not have applied because that boat was rocking, and it rocked all night. Now, here's the funny thing. When we went to bed kind of late, the boat was still rocking, but I took that. I said, you know what? It felt good to me. So I said, you know what? I'm about to rock with this boat. When I tell you that boat rocked me to sleep, I was out like a light. When I woke up the next morning, we were in the Bahamas. Yep. When I woke up Saturday morning, we were in the Bahamas docked, and I realized, I said, okay, the boat is not rocking, so we must be docked. But that was an amazing trip. I hadn't been to the Bahamas in 30 years. The last time I went to the Bahamas was in 1989. And what was crazy is my friend Tanya, she had to speak at in the Bahamas, so she had two speaking engagements. She's speaking on the cruise. She's actually the facilitator for the National Impact Summit. That's her event, and I was a speaker at that. And then she had to get off the ship, she and one of the other speakers, and speak on shore in the Bahamas called, I think it was called Life Repurposed or Life Protected or something like that. But anyway, she had to speak on shore. The hotel that conference was in was the hotel I stayed in when I was there 30 years ago. And I was like, so we were on the bus. I said, man, we were in the car on our way to the hotel, and I was telling Tanya and the other young lady, her name was Laka Shay. I was like, yeah, I haven't been here since 1989. I said, when I was here, I stayed at a hotel called the British Columbia, and they was like, that's where the event is going to be. And I was like, for real? So the event was at the exact same hotel I stayed at 30 years ago. Yep. But it was beautiful. They had done a lot of remodeling. And I was like, yeah, because it was a McDonald's across the street. I was by myself in the Bahamas. This one I was brave, and you could actually travel by yourself back then. I was traveling I went twice. And one time I went by myself. The second time I went with a friend. But I remember McDonald's, and I said the McDonald's was across the street because that's all I was, I didn't know anything about conch and all this other stuff. Like the things I eat right now were things that I was not eating back then. Like I didn't eat calamari. I didn't eat sushi. I didn't eat any of that stuff back then. So I ate McDonald's. So when I saw McDonald's, I was happy. That McDonald's is still there in the same spot. And I was like, wow, there go to McDonald's right across the street. So I had a wonderful time. Even at that event, I had a wonderful time just to listen to the president of the chamber talk about the opportunities that are there for the Bahamians that live there, but not only for that, but for those who are, want to do business in the Bahamas. So we're going to be having a sit-down conversation with him again because, of course, we want to do business in the Bahamas. We want to do business globally. So what we do, Latanya and I went to St. Lucia in 2014, trying to help them bring their content off the island because they wanted to, and I was a trainer over there talking to the film industry because there's a lot of filmmakers there, but their stuff is kind of stuck on the island because they don't know how to get it off. So, we went there and we tried to work with the government to help them get syndication of their content to different platforms off the island. But that didn't work out quite well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Bahamas experience work out because they're saying the same thing. But he is smart. Like Jeffrey was smart. Like we were like, we want to join your chamber. Like they make really big moves over there. And I was surprised because he was like, we're going over to Germany and we're taking 3 businesses with us that's going to open up over there. And I was like, what? That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I like. Like that chamber is the bomb. He said so many things. Like they have companies right now that they help get into the China market. China market has 1 billion people. So just in case you don't know that, the China market, the India market, there are 1 billion people in each one of those countries. 1 billion with a B. That's a lot of people. So let me put this in perspective for you. There are 7 billion people on the planet. 2 billion reside in India and China. Now think about that. Think about all the countries around the world. Think about that. Even the U.S. Think about all the countries around the world. There are 1 billion people in China. There are 1 billion people in India. There are 7 billion people on the planet. That's a lot of people. But anyway, they have helped some of their business owners break into those markets. And I love that. You know what I mean? I love it a lot because now it helps them go global. So that was a great experience. My other experience while I was on the island. And you know what? Let me do the horoscopes and I'll come back and tell you more about that. Because this right here, this experience I'm about to tell you about was one that truly opened my eyes to where I am in my business and in my life. And I'll tell you about it when I come back. I'm going to do the horoscopes. So I'm going to do the horoscopes for the day, September the 17th, brought to you by astrologer Michael Thyssen. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Aries, help if you can, but more than likely it will be sufficient just to listen. Be cautious not to get involved in office chatter that will cause problems for others. Exaggeration or deception coupled with overindulgence might be a problem. Don't get into office chatter because you don't want to cause problems. No standing at the water cooler running your mouth today, Aries. Don't do it. Taurus, you will enjoy socializing and unusual forms of entertainment. You could experience delays in shipment or mail and should be careful while traveling. Look into events that you might find interesting and compromise by doing a few things that you both like. Compromise is always good. Sometimes people just don't want to bend. They just want, it's my way or the highway, and then it doesn't work out and you wonder why. Gemini, this is not the best day to visit relatives who get on your nerves. Dinner, theater, or a comedy club may be just the place. Lighten up your serious attitude. Listen, stay home. Or if you're not going to stay home, go out to dinner somewhere. Go to a movie. Go to a comedy club. I went to the movies last week. I saw Angel Have Fallen. I told you guys about that. That was my movie. Oh, but check this out. I'll tell you about that when I come back. I got more about Bahamas. And then I'm going to get on with some news after that. Cancer, be discreet about your feelings and hold back until you find out a little more about the person who's coming on to you. Okay. Minor accidents could cause trauma and major setbacks. Refrain Refrain from overspending on entertainment or luxury items. Listen, don't put your feelings out, because Cancer, you touchy. You know your feelings get hurt easily. So before you put your feelings out there, you find out how that person is feeling about you, because you know how you are. My daughter's a Cancer. I know Cancers. I know them. They are very emotional folks. Leo, spend some time on yourself. Don't be afraid to confront situations concerning loved ones in order to solve any problems that may exist. Home improvements will go well if you delegate the work to all of your family members. Get everybody involved. That way it'll go smoothly, Leo. Get everybody involved. Don't leave anybody out. Plus, it'll probably get the job done quicker, too. Virgo, you will meet potential new mates through business. Problems on the home front might be a little disconcerting. You must avoid gossip and focus on what you have to do. No gossip for you either today, Virgo. Leave it where it is. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, I'm going to a song, and I'll be back to bring you more of the Daily Horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Thyssen right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett show.
Isn't it funny? We came to that. I thought I won you over, but you were holding back. Isn't it funny? You could not care less. How you took those words back, now I'm just a mess. I'm running away from escaping dreams of yesterday. Convincing me this can't be. Trying to find another way. Yeah, I think my head always knew it, but I didn't tell my heart. Let go, I couldn't do it without falling apart. So give me something now. Oh, oh. Give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. So give me something now. Oh, oh. Give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. Isn't it funny how much you mean to me? I can get my head around how we used to be. You said you love me, and I gave my heart. You cannot care less, you were tearing me apart. Oh, I'm running away from escaping dreams of yesterday. Oh, convincing me this cannot be. Trying to find another way. Yeah, I think my head always knew it, but I didn't tell my heart. Let go, I couldn't do it without falling apart. So give me something now. Oh, oh. Give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. So give me something now. Oh, oh. Give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. Yeah. So give me something, give me something, give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. So give me something, give me something, give me something. Oh, give me a fix, tell me if it's whatever that's wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, I'm running away from. Yeah, give me something.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett show. You're listening to the Daily Horoscopes brought to you by astrologer Michael Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Libra, don't let them blow situations out of proportion. Only bite of what you can chew. Not more, not more. Try to have patience and refrain from being judgmental. And don't be judgmental. Only person that can judge is God. Yes, right. Scorpio, be careful that you don't overextend yourself. Use your obvious talents to work with detail and you can come up with something great. You are best not to nag or criticize. Don't be a criticizer or nagger today. And don't overextend yourself. All right, Scorpio? Sagittarius, don't be too eager to buy things for those who really don't deserve it. Set a limit or you'll wind up in a tight budget. Your efforts will be rewarded handsomely. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yes. It's always nice to have your efforts rewarded. Capricorn, you can win points if you present your ideas today. Get involved in competitive sports. Friends will appreciate your attention and playful nature. Travel will be good if you are seeking knowledge. Nice. Let me tell you something. Travel was good for me. I was seeking knowledge and I found out some amazing stuff over in Bahamas. And I'm gonna tell you more about that once I get finished. Aquarius, use discretion, especially if involved with someone from work. Don't hesitate to voice your opinions at a group meeting. However, keep your thoughts to yourself at home. Deal with your in-laws today. Good luck, Aquarius, on the in-laws. I know. I don't have any. I got to meet my father-in-law. I never got a chance to meet my mother-in-law, but I'm sure we probably would have got it along pretty good. I treat her baby boy pretty good. And my fellow fish Pisces, complete those hobbies you started a long time ago. I got too many. I do have my t-shirt machine, or maybe I'll do that one. Your efforts won't go unnoticed. However, someone you work with may get jealous. Oh, Lord. Please, no jealousy, please. No. You have to do a lot of running around, so be prepared to fall short of your expectations. Yeah, I'm not being prepared for that because I'm not going to do a lot of running around today. I am tired. I am not doing a lot of running around today. I got about 1,000 emails to answer, so that's not going to happen. I'm not even accepting that today, universe. I am not going to be far short of my expectations. Not today. All right, listen. That's all the horoscopes I got for you today, September the 17th. I'll be back tomorrow to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by astrologer Micah Thyssen. But let me finish up my story, and then I'm going to move on to some news. So when I was in the Bahamas, right, one of the things that we did, we were there to support Latanya and I was there to support Latanya and Laika Shea as they were speakers, but I was also there to volunteer with some of the youth that were there who were affected by Dorian. You know, Dorian was a storm that went through the Bahamas and just tore up some of the islands over there. And so we were there to support some of those kids and do some community service. So our community service with them was to go to the movies. That was the best community service ever. Guess what I watched? I watched Angry Birds. We were at the movie watching Angry Birds, and that was a very adult movie, by the way. Like, it was a cartoon, but it was very adult. Like, I found it to be, it was a good movie. I didn't think I would like it, but it was really good. It was about hurt and pain and healing, and you know, it was very adult. So, but the kids loved it, and I think they loved it because it was a cartoon. But there was a strong message in the movie. But anyway, so that was the one thing that I was, I'm truly grateful to have the opportunity to have participated with that, to show up and just spend some time with these kids who were going through such a rough time because they lost everything. They lost their home, they lost everything. So they were in it was like a group home, I guess. And some of the kids lived at the group home on a permanent basis, but some of them were there because they were displaced from their homes. And then, this organization got together and said, you know what, we're going to give them some relief. We're going to take them and we're going to let them have a day of fun. And I thought that was great. And I'm so honored to be to have been a part of that and participated in that. So we spent the day on the island with the kids, just them enjoy themselves, which was great. But here's another thing that happened. So at the conference, I don't know if you guys know him. If you don't know him, I would like to tell you to go look him up. So Miles Monroe, which was a pastor in Bahamas, but he's known around the world because he was such a phenomenal person. His son was at this event, and I'm going to post pictures on my website later, on Good Morning Gwinnett website. His son was there, and he told two stories that changed my mindset about a lot of stuff. He said, one of his father's things was, he said his father passed away. His father and mother passed away, I think it was 2015, in a plane crash. And he was highly loved. Like Miles Monroe was highly loved. He was a pastor that was highly loved and respected by so many people around the world, like millions of people, because he did a lot of great stuff. And he was an inspiration to listen to. So if you have not heard him preach or give the word, go to YouTube, I'm sure, and type in his name, Miles, Miles Monroe, and I'm sure there are a ton of videos there of him talking. Anyway, his son was there. Miles Monroe Jr. was there. He was one of the panelists. And he said, he talked about his parents' death. And he talked about how, he had never thought about them dying, especially his dad. He had never thought about it. But someone said to him, he came from college, what are you doing? He said, I'm working with my dad. And he said, what do you want to do? So, well, I want to work with my dad. And they asked him, what would you do if your father wasn't here? And that made him think, what would I do if my dad wasn't here? Not knowing that 3 short years later, his dad and his mom would die in a plane crash. But by someone planting that seed of what would you do, he was able to start putting things in place. So if something should happen, he would be okay. And he had to do that. So 3 short years later, he had to do it. Something that he said that, 2 things he said on that panel that stuck out for me. And I want to share those with you. And then I'm going to get on to some news. He said that, his father took a very long time to make decisions, right? And he said that really annoyed him because he was like, make the decision. He said, but when it came to making the decision, his father took a very long time. And he said one day his father sat him down and told him why it took him so long to make these decisions. He said, because the decisions that I make today will affect everything I do for the rest of my life. And I thought that was so powerful. Now, here's about me. I pride myself on being able to make quick decisions because a lot of people can't. They would not make a decision. Even when they need to, they won't. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a decision maker. I can make decisions. And I thought about that. And I said, wait a minute. Let me think about that for a second because I have never thought about it that way. The decisions that you make today, that should be my inspiration. Be careful about the decisions that you make today because those same decisions will affect you for the rest of your life. They could affect you for the rest of your life. And I thought that was so powerful. That stuck out in my head. And I've been talking about this since Saturday. Like, since I came from on Saturday, I got back on the ship, I have been talking about that statement right there, right? The other statement that stuck with me, that what Miles Monroe Jr. said was, he said, we are doing deals right now based on the integrity of my father. What does that mean? That means that whatever you do, whatever work you do it to the highest of your ability and do it with the utmost integrity because you never know. There's a generation coming behind you. And for me, I said this man has set a legacy in place that his son can step into in his absence, his unfortunate absence, and take over. He'll do things based on the relationships and based on the person his father was. And so I put out I talked about that a little bit yesterday. And I said to myself, that's the kind of person I want to be. I want to set up a legacy. I want to be a person of high integrity. And I think I already am a person of high integrity. No, I know I am. I know I'm a person. I'm a giving person. Sometimes to my detriment, I'm too much of a giving person. But to have someone say, my father has been gone since 2000, I think it was 15, and we're doing deals now based on him as a person and the person he was and things he did and the type of integrity he carried. You know what I mean? So just think about that for a second. Those 2 things stuck out in my head. One, I said, you know what? I make decisions quick. I can make a decision. I pride myself on that. But now I have to stop and think about the decisions that I make and like really think about, okay, what could be the outcome of this in the future? I'm thinking most of the time you're thinking about right now, right here, right? But those decisions could affect people in the future. It could affect your grandchildren, your children, their children. And that's what he said. And that stuck out in my head. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because that was so powerful. And if you've never heard Dr. Miles Monroe preach a sermon, go to YouTube. I'm sure they're there. And just listen to him. He was an amazing person. And I felt pain, even though I know that Miles Monroe Jr. is probably, he's never going to get over losing your parents. Both of them at the same time. Oh my God, I can't even imagine what that was like. He was so humble and he was so giving with his information and his experiences. I mean, it was amazing. I had a wonderful time over there. And so thanks to Simone for inviting us to come on board. And we're going to be going to the Bahamas again next year. And I'm going to be a speaker this time at an event that they're going to be holding. So it was great. But listen, let me go to a song and I'll be back to give you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave.
back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around public. I'm looking at the word public, so that's what in and around Gwinnett County. All right, so Fort Gwinnett County Public Schools Cluster came together to donate more than 64,338 pounds of food to the local food pantries as a part of the fourth year Friday night food fight. Listen, this is what we talk. This is a segment right here where I call People Helping People. This is amazing. Because sometimes people need help. It's that time of the year. It's coming up to the holidays. And even though you wouldn't think that there was a shortage of food and housing and things like that in the United States, there's a shortage. Local high schools competed against each other, determined by football team matchups to donate the most pounds of food per student. Mill Creek High School was announced a winner against Archer High School on Friday night with 15,035 pounds of food donated within the cluster. Archer contributed 8,442 pounds of food. That is so cool, right? So Archer and Mill Creek clusters accounted for roughly 40,000 pounds of food donated during this year's competition. Mill Creek cluster's Ivy Creek Elementary School donated 5,774 pounds. That's the elementary school by itself. The most of any elementary school in the cluster. Osborne Middle School collected 6,442 pounds, the most of two middle schools in the cluster. So out of that whole 64,000, those schools donated a lot. These are little kids, like elementary. 2 weeks earlier, Decula and Mountain View High Schools were separated by less than a can of spaghetti. Decula's total was 10,533 pounds, and Mountain was 12,991 pounds, amounted to the difference of approximately 0.0005 per student. So that's a great thing. Let's give them a round of applause for a job well done. Because of them, there's going to be some food distributed to people who really need it. People helping people, y'all. People helping people. If we do more of that, we'll be a better world. I'm telling you. Just to spend some time over in the Bahamas was just to be at the movies with those kids, and they were happy, and we were happy to be there. And I probably would have never gone to see birds otherwise. Not until my baby gets bigger, my grandbaby that is. I don't have a baby, I have a grandbaby. But I was happy to go and sit down and eat popcorn with them, and it was at a theater called Fusion, and it was an IMAX theater. It's called Fusion, but it was beautiful. Yep. And so it was a good thing. It was a good thing. So anytime you can help somebody, even if it's something small, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. You may not think it does, but it really does. It really, really does. And just it makes you feel good. Let me say that. Like, it makes a difference, but it also makes you feel good for doing something good. All right, so the Peach Bowl Legacy Fund to help cancer research in honor of late Buford girl who battled the disease. Oh, she was a cutie pie. Yeah. 1 year after Anna Charles Holly lost her battle with cancer, a $20 million commitment to the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta has established a fund in her name. The Peach Bowl announced a donation Monday, one of the largest to the CHOA, and the largest offered by Peach Bowl. The commitment established the Peach Bowl Legacy Fund, which will be hyper-focused on funding clinical drug trials for the most promising new drugs and treatment options for children fighting cancer, according to a press release that was sent out. Anna Charles Hollis was the 6-year-old daughter of Peach Bowl Vice President Benji Hollis. She was diagnosed with an acute myeloid leukemia on April the 15th. Wow. That was quick. She was diagnosed on April 15, 2018, and she passed away 5 months later. She was a first grade student at Buford Elementary. Anna Charles played tennis and was active in gymnastics and loved to dance and sing. So now you know what? They're so good. $20 million is going to help fight cancer. Cancer is a cancer. And you know what's weird, right? So as grown-ups, we always told that cancer is manifested in our bodies because of stress and sugar and things like that. She's 6 years old. And so I have just chalked it up to some things we're just never going to be able to explain. But if we can do anything to provide a better quality of life, be it through medicine or through nature or whatever it is, then do it. But some things we're just never going to be able to explain. right? Because if you say, oh, well, cancer is manifesting when you're stressing about things, you're not thinking positive, you're not eating right. She was 6. So how you can't explain it, like you just can't. So, but thanks to them for doing that. I think that's a great thing. I used to try to figure it out, and I used to try to rationalize. I don't now anymore. What I try to do now is be as good as I can to people and live my life with integrity and harmony and peace. Because there are going to be things we're never going to be able to explain. And I know we want to. I know we want to learn it all, but you can't explain why a 6-year-old has cancer. She's not stressed out. She's probably not eating bad because she plays soccer and tennis and all that stuff. You know, she's not worried about stuff. She's 6. But anyway, rest her soul. Because of her, they are doing some great things. All right, so the Gwinnett Planning Commission Chairman Chuck Warbington will step down after his board meeting in December to focus more on his duties as the Lawrenceville City Manager. All right. The longtime Planning Commission told the Daily Post on Monday, Warbington has been on the Planning Commission for 15 years, having represented District 3 under the 3 county commissioners. He has served as the Planning Commission's chair for the last 6 years. Warbington's last meeting as a member of the Planning Commission will be December the 3rd. So he's moving on to different things. Excuse me. He said he was thankful to have been appointed to the position by 3 separate district commissioners, John Dunn, Mike Boudreau, and Tommy Hunter, and have been honored by his fellow planning commissioners to serve as a planning commission chair for the past 6 years. So he's moving on to be the chairman of Gwinnett. Yeah. Gwinnett is doing some amazing things here. I tell you, boy, the city is currently in the midst of building a boom that includes South Lawn development, which is really nice. I can't wait to go hang out down there in the fall. I can't do it now. It's too hot. The College Corridor project, which I talked about last week. The Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center, which I cannot wait to see that. And an upcoming Hilton Tapestry Hotel and a parking deck. So we're going to have a hotel downtown Lawrenceville, which is really nice. You know what's cool about that? It's because we're always trying to do events and things like that. So I'm looking forward to be able to go down there and host conferences and things like that. So hopefully I'll be able to do that next year. I'm planning something nice, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do that. So the city of Lawrenceville is undergoing a transformation. It is. So, yeah. So kudos to you moving on to do some new stuff. Change is always good, especially when you move up. Moving on up. Yeah, right? That's the Jeffersons. That's one of them shows that you remember forever. The Jeffersons. If you never saw the Jeffersons, you missed out. Because the Jeffersons used to be one of our shows. Yep. A new apartment complex with nearly 200 units will break ground in Lawrenceville next week. Well, this week. This week is going to break ground. Sugarloaf Grove, a 3-building residential development, will be built on 8.5 acres of land on 1850 Duluth Highway. The developers will hold its groundbreaking ceremony today. The new complex will be at the corner of Duluth Highway and Sugarloaf Parkway. I know exactly where that is. First, I had to think about that for a second. Less than a mile from Sugarloaf Mills Shopping Center. So they're going to be breaking ground today on that. Sugarloaf Grove is expected to include a pool within an expansive deck and cabanas, plus a fitness center and a dog park. The development is planned to be walkable to shops and restaurants at Sugarloaf Mills surrounding. That sounds amazing. The complex being developed by Point One Holdings and Brand Properties was first presented to the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners in 2018. It was announced the project officially in June. No estimated completion date has been announced for the apartments, which are being marked as luxury units. So that's going to be high. Yep, if you think it's going to be cheap, think again. I already know when they say luxury, you're going to spend coins. So, but it's in a very good location. Very, very good location. So Snellville is passing some new regulations for short-term rentals, like including Airbnb. So what happened, apparently someone had their house rented out as an Airbnb, and somebody rented it for Airbnb, but it was a stash house for drugs. So Snellville said, you know what, we're gonna fix this right now. There's gonna be some new regulations going into place that's gonna change that. So this new ordinance passed this week now requires a business license for each short-term rental defined as a dwelling rented out for 30 days or less. Exceptions will be made for property owners with multiple short-term rental units who can apply for one license covering all of the units according to the city release. Yep. So see how some people can mess it up for everybody? So why would you take somebody's house and use it as a drug stash house? Applications for short-term rental business license must be submitted and approved before a unit is rented out. The documents must be filed with the Snellville Planning Department and include square footage, maximum occupancy, code and safety verifications, parking information, hotel, motel, tax registration, and an application fee. They messed it up for everybody. One person messed it up for everybody. So I think that's crazy. Yeah, like why would you do that? Now you have so the man was banned from the platform after the company became aware of his arrest. He done rented the people house out. This was, this happened in June. He done rented the people house out, and now he's using the stash drugs. Now he done made it bad for everybody else that use their house as an Airbnb money making thing. It's not too bad. But anyway, you want to read more about that story, you can go to ajc.com and check it out. I think that's terrible. One bad apple making it bad for the rest of the apples in the barrel. I tell you, boy, people are a mess. They are. They're always doing something crazy. They are. Yep. So one of the oldest golf clubs in Gwinnett is closing. Yep, going to sell the facility. A Lawrenceville Country Club that was Gwinnett's first will be closed and sold. Northwood Country Club will cease after 60 years, according to a spokesperson from Club Corp, the company that owns Northwood. The closure was his decision. Daddy adjured. Yeah, spokesperson. 60 years? Wow. A specific date for the closure was not provided. Club Corp does not generally on property sales until they are complete, said a spokesperson. Northwood provides members with amenities including golf, fitness facilities, club events. It sits on 225 acres, about 3 miles from Gwinnett Place Mall and 2 miles from I-85. Northwood members have the option to transfer their membership to another Metro Atlanta Club Corp. The company manages clubs including Country Club in the south of Johns Creek, Bears Best in Swanee, Buckhead, and the Buckhead Club in Atlanta. So they're closing. 60 years. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm just saying. They didn't say why. They just said they were closing. I'm sure that the people who are members are upset because it's probably closer to them than some of these other places that they're recommending that they can, move over. You want to stay close to home at the time. If you're not used to going to Atlanta for your country club outing because you want to be close to home, then that's going to be a little bit of a problem. All right, Regualtion is working on it, working with the consultant to develop the town's 20-year comprehensive plan update. The goal is to revise the existing 2030 comprehensive plan to create a 20-year policy document guide the town's future growth and lifestyle goals. The community is invited to a kickoff this evening at 6 p.m. in the community room at the Regualtion Police and Municipal Court building located at 5040 State Route 53. So they're going to be kicking it off. It's going to be a planning session. So if you want to go out there as a community living in Regualtion, you want to see what their plans are for the rest of Regualtion, this opportunity to do that from 6 p.m. tonight. It's going to be again at the community room at the Regualtion Municipal Court building located at 5040 State Route 53. Cities and towns work to develop a comprehensive plan to help express and regulate public policies related to transportation, utilities, land use, recreation, and housing. So if you want to know more about that or get involved with that, go on out this evening, 6 p.m., the community room at the Regualtion Police and Municipal Court building located at 5040 State Street. Don't wait till they started doing stuff and then you want to step up and say something. It's going to be too late. I'm just saying, don't do it. Get on out there tonight to the kickoff. Find out what's going on. See what they're going to be doing. Yep. Because people, they wait till the last minute or they wait till everything is done and they want to complain. That's not the time to complain. The time now is to voice your opinion now. Why you have a chance? When I was on the boat, I wasn't sniffling, I wasn't coughing, I wasn't doing any of that stuff. Now that I'm back home, I'm sniffling and I'm stuffy, my head was stuffed up. On the boat in the Bahamas, none of that stuff. Yeah, now today I am. So the Atlanta Hawks and the State Farm unveiled 2 newly renovated basketball courts last week at Shows Park. The upgrade was a part of an ongoing effort by the Hawks to upgrade basketball facilities at public parks across the metro Atlanta area. In addition to the courts, Norcross also got a Good Neighbor Club from the State Farm. Good Neighbor Clubs are designed to be centers for learning and entertainment. Oh, out in the surrounding community. That sounds amazing. I need to check that out. Wow. Kudos to you guys for doing that. That's a great thing. The Lucky Show's Good Neighbor Center has a new entertainment area, a reading nook with iPads, a dedicated classroom space, TVs, video game consoles. The Hawks and the State Farm also have committed to providing programming at the center. Nice. Let's give them a round of applause for work well done. Always good to help. Yep, that's always nice. All right, we're gonna go to a song. I'll be right back after this next song to bring you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County right here on the Gwinnett Show. Be sure to check us out if you missed any past episode by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Yep, stay tuned.
Say something meaningful. Say something I don't know. I wanna know you better. The way that you talk to me, the way that you make me feel. I don't know if you're real. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Oh, you make me feel right. Wanna look at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Oh, you know you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. And it's like you're untouchable. Like you're untouchable. Don't you know? You know you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. I'll sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful. Gone crazy. Oh, I just want you now. I wanna hold you close. Don't wanna take it slow. Oh, I just want you now. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Yeah. Oh, you make me feel right. Wanna look at you all night. Wanna put you in that spotlight. Oh, you know you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. And it's like you're untouchable. Like you're untouchable. Don't you know? You know you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. I'll sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful. Baby, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Baby, you're beautiful. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night. I'll sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So we got some events coming up, y'all. All right, let's get on with it. Want to do some stuff today? Got some things you want to hang out today? I know, right? It's Tuesday. Who's hang out on Tuesday? You may want to hang out. I don't know. I want to get me some. I didn't eat a lot of seafood on that ship. That's one thing I can tell you. While I was on a cruise, even about driving, isn't that crazy? Like, I remember the times I would drive anywhere by myself. I get paranoid about driving on dark roads. I get paranoid sometimes driving on 85, and it's just, I guess it's just something that happens as you get older. I used to didn't think about that stuff, but now you have to be very aware about what's going on around you. Just really like weird things. Like when I come out in my car, even when I come out my house, like I'm looking around, I got my keys between my finger, things like that. Just, I guess it's just a part of getting older. But anyway, if you are a senior and you want to know more about how to feel confident and make sure you be more alert and cautious, they're going to be doing a free workshop today, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. The Gwinnett County Public Library, Five Forks Branch, located at 2780 Five Forks Trickham Road, Southwest, and that's in Lawrenceville. It's free. There's no fee to attend. If you have questions about this event, you can call 770-978-5154. Again, that number is 770-978-5154. And the location is 2780 Five Forks Trickham Road at the Gwinnett Public Library, Five Forks Branch. That's in Lawrenceville. So going out there, it can't hurt. Only thing you can do is help you protect yourself, because you never know. People are so crazy, and just the world we live in today is just, I can't even imagine. It's just crazy. You want to go on a haunted cemetery tour? They are starting. Yep, they are starting this haunted cemetery tour. When I went to Savannah one time, I always wanted to go to Savannah, and I met somebody that lived in Savannah at the conference at sea. And but I wanted to go to Savannah because I watched Forrest Gump, and I remember he was running down the path to get to his house, and it was this long. It was like a driveway, I guess, but it was a really long. I'm really like at the heart, y'all. I am a country girl for real at heart. Like, I'm so country. I probably in my past life I probably lived deep into the country because I am country like that. Like, I want the big white house with the big white post, and I had that one time in North Carolina. I really did. It was a raggedy house, so me and my husband tried to rehab it. That was before rehab was a big thing. They didn't have rehab shows on showing you that stuff. We just tried to rehab it ourselves, and it was a mess. But anyway, I was wanting to go to Savannah, and we went for our anniversary one year because I saw the Forrest Gump, and I saw the house, and they said the house was in Savannah, and with all the peat moss, right? And I was like, that is so beautiful. So to me, that was beautiful. Like, peat moss was on the trees, and it was like a tunnel. And I thought that was amazing. And so we went to Savannah, and I tried to get my husband to go on a ghost tour. He's like, I'm not going on a ghost tour. He would not go with me. I was like, come on, let's go on this ghost tour. Because they say there's a lot of haunted places in Savannah. He would not go. But anyway, if you want to go on some ghost tours, they're going to be going on some ghost tours. They started on the 14th, which was this past weekend. And it's going to run all the way through October the 31st, of course, Halloween. But if you want to know more about that, go to the AuroraTheater.com and check out programs and production and see how you can buy tickets and go on one of these ghost tours. Yep, ghost tours, the Lawrenceville ghost tours. They share stories about the spookiest places in Gwinnett. But now, for the first time ever, take a guided tour of a haunted cemetery to witness the supernatural phenomenon firsthand. I should tell my husband. He won't go. He don't like that stuff. He probably thinks I'm a weirdo. I am, sort of. I like certain things. All right, the N400 Citizen Application Assistance Program is available. So if you need to get your citizenships, if you're a green card holder and you want to become a citizen and exercise all of your rights in partnership with the Gwinnett County Library, the Latin American Association and Asian Americans Advancing Justice of Atlanta, they're going to be providing qualified legal representatives to aid you in filling out the U.S. Citizens Application Form N400. I've talked about this before, and they do this probably a couple times a month to help people who have the green card, and they just need to fill out the proper paperwork, and there's no cost for this. This is going to take place today from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So you still got time to get there because it's just about to kick off. It's going to be at the Gwinnett Public Library Lawrenceville branch, located at 1001 Lawrenceville Highway in Lawrenceville. It's free. It's open to the public. Reps will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. And this is to help you get your N400 filled out properly with the proper legal help there to help you. So if you want to know more information about that, you can go to Gwinnett, www.gwinnettpl.org /N400 or call 770-978-5154. Here's the thing. Don't wait. Don't call. Just go on over there. It's free. And it starts at 10 o'clock, so you have time to get there, but it's going to end at 12:30. So if you mess around, don't mess around. This is important. Go over there and take advantage of this free help that you're going to get. Again, that's going to be at the Gwinnett County Public Library, the Lawrenceville Branch, 1001 Lawrenceville Highway in Lawrenceville. It starts at 10 o'clock. It's 4 minutes to 10 right now. You can make it. It ends at 12:30. Go ahead. Get your paperwork in order. Make sure you take the right IDs and all that stuff. You got all your paperwork, everything that you need, so you don't waste your time. And you don't waste the time on the people there who are there to help you, because they could be helping somebody else if your stuff is not in order. You know what I'm saying? All right. So there's a technology summit going on right now in Swanee. If you are interested, join Swanee, Georgia for 2019 summit. It's going on right now. Yep. It's going to run through tomorrow at 7 p.m. Yep. So if you want to find out more about that, you can go on over there. They're going to have presentations, project life cycle. They're going to have a lunch break, Ericsson presentation, Ericsson Labs, Digi, Tech Core. Then they're going to have a breakout session with the vendors. They're going to have dinners with the vendors tonight at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow it's going to be Sienna. They're going to have Alcatel, Lucent Enterprises is going to be their handheld access. And they're going to have attorney for CBRS, FT Engineering, and Customer Q&A. So you want to go on out there. It's going to be a technology summit today by Future Technologies, and that's located at Future Technologies, 355 Satellite Boulevard in Northeast, Suite 300, and that's in Swanee. It's a technology summit. So it is a 2-day summit, so it's today and tomorrow. Again, it's the Future Technologies located at 355 Satellite Boulevard, Northeast, Suite 350 in Swanee. Check it out. You never know. You might meet you're looking for a job. This may be a great opportunity for you. Yeah. You never know. You never know. All right. Secrets to Meditation in Johns Creek. Introduction to the Happiness. I had to talk about this. Because I was like, introduction to the Happiness Program. What does that mean? So this is hosted by the Art of Living Foundation. Discover the easy, effective approach to meditation through breath that's helping millions of people around the world. Yes. Yep. I try to meditate. I probably need to go to that. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. Mind Mastery. Get insights on how to stay skillfully peaceful and positive even through challenging times. Breathing techniques. Learn the science-backed bellows breath to boost your energy, calm your mind, and reduce stress. Ooh, that's the breathing technique. Unique guided meditation. See how to fully relax and let go even if meditation has never worked for you before. That's a lot of people. Because it's hard to quiet your mind now. Your mind is like constantly going. You also get an introduction to Art of Living Happiness program. It's a flagship course that dives deep into the power of breath. So many people tell us they find it hard to make time for meditation. And when they do try to meditate, they struggle with quieting their minds. That is the truth. So if you want to learn more about meditation tonight, there's an event. It's free from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It's going to be located at 3630 Peachtree Parkway, and that's in Swanee. Again, it's a free discover Secrets to Meditations. It's free. Tonight, 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m., located at 3630 Peachtree Parkway, is free. And that's in Swanee. So if you want to learn how to meditate, this is your opportunity to learn, and there's no fee for that. It's free and open to the public. All right, Tramp Out Tuesday. That's funny, right? It's a private show on the Hustlers. If you want to go to this private show on the Hustlers, they say they want you to join them. They want you to dress in your favorite club wear with a chance to win the best dressed hussy. That is so cute. Hustlers movie premiere hosted by Pure Romance by Linda, Retro Co-Beauty, and Hair Care Elaine Chalmers. That sounds funny. Send Out Cards by Nikki Martinez. Let me tell you something. So they're talking about the movie, right? But here's what I'm getting from that. Let me say this again. The Hustlers movie premiere is hosted by Pure Romance by Lydia, Retro Co-Beauty, and Hair Care by Elaine Chalmers. Send Out Cards by Nikki Martinez. Now, what does all those women have in common? They're all business owners, and they're all collaborating to make this happen. Right? That's cool. That's cool. Yep, I think that's cool. All right, y'all, I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and give you my inspiration for the day. Stay tuned.
Little bit stronger. Wish I didn't have to go and close the door. Imagine you without me shakes me to the core. Yeah. And you find another beautiful flower, and I go ahead and compare myself to her. So why even bother? We can't go back to what we were. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye. Stronger. Wish I didn't have to go and close the door. Imagine you without me shakes me to the core. And you find another beautiful flower, and I go ahead compare myself to her. But I'm like no other, so why do I bother? We can't go back to what we were. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye. This is our last goodbye. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, guess the door's now. This is our last goodbye. Goodbye, my love. God knows we tried. Yeah. Our time is up. Our time is up. This is our last goodbye. This is our last goodbye. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Last goodbye. Ooh yeah,
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. Listen, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you a little bit of inspiration, so that you can get through the rest of your day. Just something to think about, right? All right, here it is. My daily inspiration for today. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny flame, the inner sparks of possibility into flames of achievement. Let me say that again. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner sparks of possibility into flames. That little tiny spark of possibility, you can fan that into a huge flame, right? You can, of achievement. When I started out in my entrepreneur journey, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't go to school for business. Everything that I know right now, I've learned from my doing and learned by studying online, learned by studying people and reading books. I've never gone to school. When I went to college, I went for accounting, and I got kicked out of college because it was so boring. And I didn't know that I could have changed my major, did something different. I didn't know that. So instead of doing what I was supposed to do, I played around and got kicked out. Now here I am, the smart girl, because I was smart, but I wasn't smart when it came to that because I didn't know. And so when that tiny flame that I had about entrepreneurship was fanned, it became this huge fire It's a fire that it's not even a flame. It's a fire. I am on fire with what I do. I love what I do. The flame burns so deep within me. It was just a tiny spark. Just a tiny spark. So what I'm saying is that all you need is a tiny spark, and all you need to do is fan it just a little bit. A little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the next day. And the more you fan that flame, the more you fan that spark, it becomes a flame. And the more you fan that flame, it becomes a fire. Trust me when I tell you. And when you get that fire burning, you have achieved. And I have a fire that burns deep within inside of me. So just think about that. Whatever little tiny spark, right? That inner spark you have right now, don't be afraid to fan it. Fan that thing. Fan it. Let the spark turn into a flame, and watch the flame turn into a fire. That's all I got for you today, y'all. Thanks again for listening. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and check out past episodes there. Also, if you are a woman who is a podcaster and you just want to be in a community of other women who are podcasters, I invite you to become a member of Pod Chicks. That is our community of women that I am creating and building right now who are serious about podcasting. They're serious about this as a business or as a way to help them grow their business, or just because they have a passion for something. If you are a minister, you should be podcasting. If you do a sermon every week and you record that sermon, your sermon need to be on a podcast, reaching other audiences around the world beyond the church, right? Because that's the power you have right now with podcasting. Yes. So if you are interested in joining that community, go to Podchicks, that's PODCHIX.com, podchicks.com, to become a member. Share that network with your friends who are podcasters, because I want to build that into something great where we can support each other, help each other grow and build what they're trying to do. So thank you. Do that. Also, make sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, on Twitter at GM Gwinnett, on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and go over to Apple Podcasts and subscribe to the show. If you have a Fire TV on Alexa, make sure to add my apps to both of those devices and listen to the shows. If you can't listen during the day, you want to listen at night, you want to listen early in the morning before you go to work, you can listen to the most recent episodes on your Fire Stick or your Alexa. And pretty soon it'll be on Google. Pretty soon. I've been trying to get it done, but I've been so crazy busy. But again, thank you for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world. You spent the last hour and 8 minutes with me, and I really appreciate you. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Thank you again. Until next time, y'all. Until next time, you know what I say. Great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you miss an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.